Promposals never made sense to me. I say that that's because, well, if you watch my video about school dances, you'll know I've never went to any prom in my high school and or any school dance after that one in sixth grade Halloween dance. But the idea that it's been turned into this huge gesture that could literally be simplified into, do you want to do the saying, do you want to go to prom with me? And it has to be a spectacle for everyone, which is, I mean, I get you want it to feel special to some extent, though if that final block of Cobra Kai episodes taught me anything, and spoiler alert for that, it's that it doesn't have to be this huge thing. It can be something as simple as proposing. It doesn't have to be this huge production like what Johnny Lawrence tried doing with proposing to Carmen, especially because it ended up being that she went into labor with their baby while he was waiting for her to come back to the apartment. And then they got married right away, right there in the hospital room. Literally just to appease Carmen's mother and make sure that their baby wasn't a Snow. That's a Game of Thrones reference because of Jon Snow, because his parents weren't married. Well, technically they were, but spoilers for the later seasons for that show, I guess. I wouldn't bother with it though, because the final season was a complete dumpster fire. Back on topic, I bring this up, promposals up, because 11 years ago this month, I was witness to a promposal that occurred in my high school cafeteria. Me and my friends were just eating lunch, and then this one guy who is usually kind of a quiet guy stood up on a cafeteria table and asked a girl out to prom in front of the entire cafeteria, and it was the quietest I'd ever heard that cafeteria uh, be when in the immediate aftermath. So like within seconds of him standing on the table and doing that, everyone just went silent, and then the principal oh, calmly told him to get down from the table, and then the vice principal was like, "There might be no problem for you," and then he was escorted to the office where he got sent home. Which I guess isn't even the worst part because he was rejected on top of that. But yeah, let that go to show he could so easily have just gone up to her and asked her in private. I mean, if I learned anything from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, it's that teenage boys have a hard time doing that. But it definitely would have increased his odds. Wouldn't have been a guarantee that he would have had a date for the prom, but would have increased his odds simply by virtue of the fact there was no public pressure. Well, I guess since she rejected him, then if there was any public pressure to say yes, then things would have gone differently. He probably still would have been sent home for disrupting the cafeteria, but at least he would have had a date to the prom. Instead, he got neither the date nor the rest of his school day, which depending on how you look at it, the school day part that is. I mean, I would not be surprised if his parents would have been and like you have to just do homework and such, no TV or anything like that because you got sent home for being for disrupting lunchtime in the cafeteria. Okay, I think I've repeated the same points enough. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of viral promposals pop up on social media in the decade plus since then, because I think this is right around the time when promposals started taking off. Because I overheard stories about the classes below me had the that had promposals. I don't know the exact details. I just know that they kind of escalated throughout the late 2010s, though I just realized I haven't really heard much anything about promposals in the 2020s. I guess the pandemic effect has kind of negated that because 2020 and maybe 2021, depending on where you were in the country, it just kind of didn't. Well, 2020 was definitely canceled pretty much everywhere. 2021 might have been a mixed bag. And then 2022 is when I'd say it was back to normal. So, yeah, I guess that kind of faded into the background, just like it kind of faded into the background. That, or they still happen, but they just don't go viral anymore because we're like, seen it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for the video. Comment down below your thoughts on promposals and the story I told. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I will see you soon.